In Lesson 2.2, students separate salt from water in a solution. They compare the total mass of a mixture to the mass of its parts. Students evaporate the salt solution. The lessons in this kit make extensive use of the balance scale and the mass set, which are both found in measurement kits provided by the district. Elementary schools should still have the measurement kits stored in locations from previous years. The lesson begins with the teacher demonstrating how to use the balance and the mass set to weigh a 50 milliliter container of water. We set the cup on one side and we add 1, 5, 10, or 20 gram blocks to the other side as needed until both sides are balanced. After this demonstration, ask students to predict if they think a solution made with 50 milliliters of salt water will have the same mass as a 50 milliliter cup of plain water. Will it have more mass, less mass, or the same? How much of a difference is there, if there is a difference at all? How can we design a process to get this information? Students talk in small groups to decide how they will answer these questions. There is a student handout describing a step-by-step procedure, but it is recommended to let student ideas drive this discussion, to affirm that they have an active role in designing the steps of this procedure, rather than just following them. Keep the handout nearby for your reference as a procedure cheat sheet if needed during this discussion. Ultimately, we want students to arrive at the idea that by measuring the difference in mass between a cup of 50 milliliters of water and a cup of 50 milliliters of salt water, students can determine the mass of the salt. After this demonstration, students return to the question from Lesson 2.1 about how to separate the salt solution. Suggest evaporation as a method if students don't come up with it on their own. And end the lesson by having the students pour some of their solutions onto evaporating dishes, so the solution evaporates by the following day. The big idea of this lesson connects to Standard 5.PS1.2 by having students recognize that the mass of a solution is equal to the sum of its parts. By measuring the mass of the saltwater solution, students obtain further evidence that the salt is still present in the solution.